jugging everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Just want to say what's up to all my YouTube fans out there. My one, but it's growing. Best believe that, yes sir, it is growing. Kind of got a topic for real today. Some real stuff coming correct, semi-correct on this video today. I got a question for y'all. Tell me what y'all think about a certain situation that I've been looking into and learning more about. It's I'm not sure if you ever heard of this about cop watchers or First Amendment auditors. You know, according to law enforcement, they're just a bunch of people just trying to get a rise out of law enforcement. You know, trying to bait them into doing stuff for the camera. You know, and then on their side, they're saying that police, law enforcement, any kind of law enforcement need to be held accountable for their actions, because there is a lot of bad cops out there too. There's a lot of good ones, but there's a lot of bad ones too, and the good ones ain't gonna tell on the bad ones. Let's just be real. So, so I was just wondering, what do y'all think about that? Like, what do y'all think about people who cop watch? They get a camera. It might be 3, 4 of them, could be one, and they learn the laws of photography, and they go into public spaces where they are completely legal. They don't do anything illegal. They go in a public space and they record, like the First Amendment, freedom of press. They record anything that they can see from a public view, because by law you cannot trespass the eyes. So it don't matter if they're recording something that's private. If they're in a public spot, then they have the right to record it. A lot of them take a lot of grief. Sometimes police get real mad. Shoot, they'll assault them, detain them, try to use intimidation tactics that they use on people who don't know anything about the law. If a cop asks you for ID, you just assume you got to give it to them. But some states are stopping state IDs and some ain't. If you ain't doing nothing wrong, you don't have to ID yourself, and that's just the cold hard fact about it. Cops want you to think otherwise, but that's not the truth. But also too, I've been talking to former military people who have served our country. Marines, Navy, Air Force, all that Army, and they say, I've more often than not, I've been asking about, what do you think about the blue line? Police, law enforcement, they get the American flag and then they just put the blue line on it, and they say that's a symbol, of blue lives matter, like. But some people would think that's a desecration of our United States flag, the red, white, and the blue. Like, why are you getting rid of the red? Like, that's a desecration of our flag. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, why are you separating yourself from the rest of us? Like, it's the United States of America. We're united, not the cops versus the people, or the cops. I don't know. Somebody was saying something about the red line is like firefighters. I don't know what that means. I've never seen that. I've seen the red line, but I thought that was just like, I don't know, people trying to I guess be the opposite. Maybe like blue line or red line, the Bloods, Crips, stupid shit, stupid stuff. Excuse my French, trying to keep it PG. But there's a big disconnect between law enforcement and the people. They feel like they're above us. But not all of them. A lot of them are good. If it wasn't for the police, man, people out here a lot worse than what it is. So I don't know what y'all think about that. Let's get back to these so-called cop watchers and First Amendment auditors. They I ain't gonna lie, I've been watching some of their videos, and they kind of like, they're pushing the limits. They don't do anything illegal, but they're pushing limits. They want to see if the police is gonna act the way he acts whenever there ain't a camera on him. Because a lot of these times, these body cameras, people are like, people get real excited. They go into a public spot, and people get real excited. They get mad about people who got these cameras on them. But like, man, we talking about? We walked into a public space, like it's perfectly legal. Besides, inside the place that you're at, there's probably like 100 damn cameras. Like, how come you ain't saying nothing about those cameras? You know, in the First Amendment auditors, excuse me, they'll not only are they trying to get a rise, but they're recording it because they need their evidence. You know, usually a cop, you know, like 7 cops against one person's word. You ain't got no evidence. Like, they gotta record. You have to. They do it for their own safety because, you know, I mean, getting down to the nitty gritty about it. Like, some of these cops, they'll lie for each other. I ain't gonna. Like, wouldn't you for your brother? They claim to be brothers. It's a brotherhood. Blue line. It's like a gang almost. Some people think so. That's why they have the representation. They got the American flag. They have the blue line. I don't know. Like I said, some people think it's a desecration of our United States of America flag. Like, how you gonna take our flag and then just do whatever you want with it? How you gonna do that? You gonna take our beautiful flag, chop it up, and make it your symbol? Like, I don't know. I respect our nation too much. I love our country too much. It's just like something about it just don't feel right, man. It just don't feel right. But I don't know. Tell me what y'all think. Tell me what y'all think about that situation. Cause honestly, I don't know one way or another. It's like, I know that cops have their purpose, and a lot of them are good. A lot of them are bad. And then I feel the same way with these cop watchers. Like, some of them are doing it for the right reasons. Shoot, some of them trying to get likes on YouTube. Like, but regardless, you know, a cop needs to be a police officer. Any kind of law enforcement needs to be professional. And I believe they do need to be accountable for the actions. And a lot of it's been going on. They're not accountable for what they do. There might be, what, one out of, ain't no telling how many cases of rights being violated, you know, but nobody sees that. They're like, it's law enforcement. We need to respect law enforcement. We absolutely need to respect law enforcement. But what happens when it gets out of hand? It becomes a power trip, and then they start lying on their statements, changing people's lives, ruining families' lives. You know, people, cops who plant drugs, and cops on certain suspects or profile. Like, at what point do we say, hey, gotta chill with that, man? Like, you're out here doing the most, man. You done changed. How many people's lives have these people changed? Just doing the most, man. I don't know. So just tell me what you think, you know, because I don't know. I don't. So let me know what you think about auditors and about the police and about the blue line, especially about the blue line, because that's one I've been thinking about for a while. What do you think about them taking our flag and chopping it up and make it into their symbol of brotherhood, their blue line brotherhood? Tell me what y'all think about that, man. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, you know, share with everybody. Just ask around, ask your family, ask them what they think. You know, hit it in the comments below. Let me know, because I really want to know about this. All right, well, show love, man. I'm out.